Hi there, darlings. How are you all today? My name is Rabbit, and thank you very much for joining me for episode number 31 of Let's Blindly Play Through Paladin's Quest for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. In our previous episode, we were quite deep into the struggle bus, you guys, with regard to how rough those wolfworms, which are the color swapped or palette swapped versions of those, I think they were called split bugs. They were those little green spiky things. Anyway, the wolfworms were gray and spiky, and they rocked my world because half of my team now does only physical damage. Well, they did. We lost Gunny because some girl named Chill randomly inserted herself into our party and kicked him out as soon as we had made it to Consciuto. So now that we are here, we are ready to hopefully free this member of the resistance that has been held hostage, and everyone here has been carrying on about how they are planning on executing her publicly tomorrow. So we need to make some magic happen quite fast before that does happen. So you've come to see the woman from the resistance too, huh? She's in the back room. That's what all of the guards have been saying, but we can just quickly check just to see if anyone does have something unique to offer, and the answer was no. So let's see if we can find her. This must be their prison, and why they're just letting us freely walk down here, I have no idea, but we're gonna roll with it. The woman from the resistance is in the back. Also, Chill, after she added herself to our party, she says, let us go and see the woman. And clearly when you look at her, I guess her inventory and everything she has equipped, looks like she's not really prepped for battle. So I don't know if she's also a spy or what the situation is with her, but just thought I would go ahead and bring this back up for you to look at, that she's carrying a purse and a compact for her makeup. So not really feeling you, Chill. What are you doing, girlfriend? But let's see, here we go. So Grunt says, there she is. Wind, one of our group. Wait here, I'll open the cell. This is going to be a goddamn nightmare, us doing this. Eek, it's hard to believe it. You're enemies of Lord Zago. Oh, so Chill is one of the people from Consciuto, and I guess since we were new, she was excited about the fact that there was going to be an execution the following day, so she was wanting us to just come and look at Wind, I guess is the resistance lady's name. Very odd. So, all right, well, she's going to spill the beans. I'm guessing that we would have had to take her regardless, because I said yes when she asked if she could join, but it felt to me very forced, and I'm guessing that is the case here because she's going to be what spills the beans. This is unforgivable. I'll kill you now. Oh, or she'll try to fight us herself? Are you kidding? I'm not even wasting my magic on this girl. We're just going to disrespect her with some physical damage. If it's anything like Zaren's fight, she should fall. Oh god, she actually does an okay amount of damage, but she has 300 HP. Or at least that's what it said when she was in our party. You guys just saw it for yourself. Okay, there we go. She did a bit of damage, but, you know, at the end of the day, she couldn't hold herself against us. How sad. I'm beaten. How humiliating. I can't believe it. Help, somebody. It's the resistance. The resistance is here. You bitch. I'm sorry, everybody. Because of my carelessness, I put all of you in danger. And is that like an alarm that's sounding? It sounds like a weak horn, honestly. I'm really sorry, but Wind has joined our party, so that is good. I'm always down for more folks in our team. Darn, the alarm is ringing. Let's talk later. Let's get out of this town fast. Oh, goodness. I'm going to venture there will be a lot of fights awaiting us outside. So let's take the moment that we have right now to breathe and look at Wind, and oh my gosh, her portrait is beautiful. She said, I received combat training. She is a Doru. I can't get over her portrait. She's gorgeous. Age is 28. Not too far behind you, girlfriend. Let's see her abilities, though. She's got a feather hat, a light dress, and H heels. So I'm hoping this means her magical prowess is up there. No, it's not. Okay. So actually, Wind kind of sucks. Oh, well, what can you do? What can you do? What do you have to say to me? You won't get away with this. We'll strike you down. Oh, so is everyone going to fight me? I guess, you know, could be worse. Do I even really want to waste my time and my HP? I don't know. Let's see. Bolt S, might as well. Just try it out and see how strong she is. But more than likely, oh, I forgot. These guard-like beings, they always summon a bro. Okay, so this was probably a bad call to just not open up with magic, but it's okay. We've got it now. There's more than one person here. We'll go ahead with the blackjack again, and her right hand, her left hand. She has got nothing at all. Oh God, I didn't mean to use her feather hat. What does your light dress do? I'm curious. It's probably gonna do nothing, and you're meant to use her magic, but she only has Bolt S. Why would you have sent her as, even if she is trained in combat, why as a member of the Resistance would you send her as the spy here? She seems like probably one of the weakest people to have chosen for this. I mean, hell, even Gunny, I mean, he wasn't killing it, but he, I think, would have packed more of a wallop than she is. But I mean, I guess she's hot. Maybe that was part of it. She was meant to sleep with one of the government officials. I don't really know what the plan was, but clearly it did not come about the way they were intending for it to. But yay, a level for Grunt. That should make some of these fights a little bit easier, at least in theory. But we won't belabor this. Let's get the hell out of here. If we're lucky, we should be able to just run out. I don't know. Oh, there are random fights. So I guess if you talk to people, there are fights, and then as you're walking, there are fights. Well, these seem like they're going to all be the same, so why don't I just cut the repeats after this? I'll let you guys watch this one just for the lulz, and shit. He's off there to the side, and oops, sorry, Grunt. I don't know why. I was trying to have you cast some magic. I am more than aware of the fact that you have that limitation, which I don't know if this is making me a magic snob and I'm becoming too dependent on my spells, but it felt so bad having Grunt and Gunny. Holy guacamole, y'all. I was not about it. It was rough, especially with those fucking bugs. Or I don't know why I'm calling them split bugs still, because the ones that we saw were wolf worms. So then I guess in a sense, they are bugs, right? Worms are kind of bugs? Maybe. Maybe not. They don't look like bugs though, but they're the ones that opted to give them insect-like names or references to insects, so I guess I'm going to just roll with it. But hopefully we're past the worst of all of that. That was an absolute nightmare dealing with those guys. I actually, in our last episode, I backtracked back to the Resistance, I guess you'd call it their fortress, their hideouts, their home base, whatever noun you want to use for that. We did go back and I refilled my bottles just so that I felt a little better prepared for everything. And I think it was a good choice. I mean, it probably wasn't entirely necessary. I did have the chance once we got here to replenish my bottles just by paying for the medicine. And we could have slept at the inn, which also would have worked. But I wasn't sure if there was just going to be a whole bunch of shit going down immediately upon entering Conchuto. That wasn't the case, but better safe than sorry. I feel like I really go back and forth with whether or not I actually enjoy being prepared and whether I just like to fly by the seat of my pants. You know, you guys get a variety of things with me. And wait a minute. Did Wynn just physically attack them and that still did a lot of damage? That's crazy. Maybe I was talking shit and she actually is a tough cookie. She might not have a whole lot of equipment to her name, but I think she just bare knuckled that guy in the face and he fell to the floor. So, all right, newly found respect for her. Also, interesting, we've got Wild and Wind. I like that. Switch out just the letters L and N and you've got the same name going on. Very cute. Doesn't matter, no. Why I'm enamored with that, don't ask me, y'all. I just find it cute. Don't judge me. But all right, let's try to get out of here. If I can, I'm not talking to anyone, and I will cut all these repeat fights out. Yay, Chesney got a level. And while these guardians are okay in terms of, did that say priest? But it was spelled P-R-E-A-S-T instead of P-R-I-E-S-T. Very odd, but, you know, again, I can roll with it. But anyway, as I was starting to say, even though those guardians have fairly high defense, they don't do a whole lot of damage. So it's not been too bad actually combing our way through the masses of pissed off Conchutuans. I don't know what they're called. Actually, I think their race here is Fiorla. I think that's what Chill was. I can't even keep up. I was just mentioning that I find it quite impressive how varied the different races are in this world. You know what? Let's talk to this guy. You won't get away with this. We'll strike you down. Just to see, is this another one of the priests? Ah, it is. Okay, so interesting thing to note that Prius can summon guardians into battle. So what I thought was going to be 4v1 ended up rapidly becoming 4v2. And oh my gosh, boys and girls, this must be all of the townsfolk. Are they really getting involved in this? Like, what are you guys even doing and why? I mean, I guess it's their business, but that's a little intense that everyone feels so strongly about executing a spy that even unarmed folks will just join this free-for-all. What is this, Super Smash Brothers? Like, why are they attacking us? You know, I guess times are rough around here, and I suppose some people feel really strongly about whatever nonsense Zagos has been spouting. If I could take a shot in the dark, it seems to me like Zagos has kind of brainwashed or influenced people to believe that for whatever reason it's Nasquat versus Sasquat, and even though Zagos is kind of acting like an asshole and essentially trying to bring about the destruction and just total devastation of an entire continent, I'm guessing anyway, everyone seems okay with it because of this mentality that it's us versus them, when really, as soon as we masked our scent, everyone's been kind to us and we've gotten along with them just fine. So I don't know if that is some like deep shit that the game is trying to convey, that, hey, you know, actually people aren't that different from one another, and it really, at the end of the day, doesn't matter where you're from. We're all more alike than you would think we are. I don't know, maybe the game is not trying to preach anything to you, but I think that's a cool concept that might be getting served to us. I know this game would not be in the priority list for a lot of people that think certain titles deserve reworks, but I almost feel like Paladin's Quest, it would likely be successful. Is this guy gonna move out of my way, or do I have to just go around him? Seems like I have to just go around him, but I think this game would be successful remastered or reworked. But what do I know? Clearly I'm biased, and I see the potential in a lot of these old retro games, and I think that they really could do well with a modern audience, and especially one that maybe happens to be thirsty for more narrative-driven titles. But I know some people really struggle with the graphics and the limitations of certain mechanics that are present in games from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. But anyway, do you guys see this right now? We're fighting a widow as well as two butchers. Like, why are you even starting shit with me? I mean, I don't want to have to kill these people. I didn't ask for this. I'm just trying to save my girl Wind and make my way back to the resistance base, and random mom and pop shop owners are just coming out like pissed off trying to start some garbage with me. Oh shit, but the widow does some damage. I would not honestly pick a fight with the butcher though. They know their way around knives and cleaves and what are they called? Actually, are they cleavers? Is that the name of those things? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Those gigantic, they're like, I guess some people just call them butcher's knives, but I think they're also called cleave knives or cleaver's knives. Maybe not, but they're like a rectangular blade. They're very sharp and they're nuts. People use it, I think, for cutting through, it's like thick slabs of meat that might have bone in them. I think that's why they're so hardy as an actual knife. But, you know, what do I know? I'm a vegetarian. I've never really cooked meat or prepared meat, so I don't know what is the best type of utensil to use for preparing like a big slab of steak or something with a giant bone in it. I think that's what those big butcher's knives are for, but I did have a friend, well, he was more of Andrew's friend, but I knew him through Andrew, so that kind of makes him my friend, right? He ended up working at, I think it was called a charcuterie, and he did a lot of handling of meat and basically was kind of like a butcher's assistant, I think was his title. And it was crazy to me, just all of the very dangerous looking and scary equipment that he used on a regular basis. And oh, this kid is being so cruel. Oh, you evil people, strike them down. The kid is gonna fight me. Wow, that's how you know this isn't a modern game. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? How, in spite of the fact that there are a lot of titles that do let you kind of wreak havoc on the world and basically do whatever the fuck you want, you can't injure kids in like Skyrim, for example. So that's crazy that I just killed a child. You know this shit is from a while ago, because that would not fly now with how triggered everyone always is and how sensitive everyone is to anything that offends them. Yeah, that would not fly, but hey, I think that's cool that they had it in here. Okay, friends, I decided to be a little weird and random and just try different types of equipment in that last fight, and I don't know why. I never looked at some of these things before, but I have to share this with you. The rain cloak that's on Wild, it heals her. I don't know how much it normally would heal her for, but in that battle, it gave her, I think, like 212 HP, but I can't remember if that's just because she was close to being at max HP, or I don't know, maybe it does normally only heal like a certain percentage, and obviously it's not going to be as potent and powerful as Sophie's Crown on Medea, but I thought that was wild, you see what I did there, that you can fucking use her rain cloak to give her a little bit of extra HP, like if your mini bottle runs out, for example. That's nuts. I never thought to use that. And then I also, and I don't know why this is blowing my mind, because surely there was a reason why you can interact with so many different, I guess, parts of your body, and you can equip so many different things to different parts of your body, and that is because some of them probably have interesting spell effects or unique, I guess, sub effects attributed to them. If you use her high heels, it also does like a big amount of damage. Her light dress I don't think does anything, but yeah, the actual high heels went to town, and there was a specific effect that came with it. It like glowed kind of red, like she was kicking this bitch in the face with the heel right between the eyes. It was nuts. I can't believe it. All right, so I did use the rain cloak again in that last fight, and it healed her closer to 300. So maybe basically it operates as like another mini bottle. Again, I don't know how effective and powerful that the healing is that comes with it, but hey, I still think that that's pretty cool just seeing that effect is there. And oh boy, back to these wolf worms that I happen to be bitching about, and I don't really think there's a way to get around this other than just rolling with the punches. At least Wind does have some magic, so this shouldn't take as unbearably long as it did when I was trying to make my way to Conchuta with Grunt and Gunny. Oh my goodness, y'all. I know it wasn't really the end of the world, but it was still a little painful to deal with. I'm not trying to relive those memories. It was a little rough for me, but okay, let me go ahead and just bolt him down. Actually, I think break is better than bolt for this, but it is what it is. If anything, I guess, Grunt, why don't you just act as kind of a support and heal everybody? And, I don't really think... you know what? Let me just keep it safe. Let's just stick with magic damage, because at least they don't split. Granted, it doesn't do as much as if I was physically attacking them with Grunt and Wind, but, you know, I'm going to take it where I can get it. It's just It's too ridiculous with them dealing 90 damage, at least this time only to Wild and Grunt. Looks like Wind has some natural defensiveness towards lightning. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because she's got... Oops, sorry, Grunt. Did not mean to... You know what? Let's go ahead and have you use a bottle on Wind. And she did get a level, I think, in our last fight. Not sure if I mentioned that. But anyway, so it looks like Wind does have some extra padding against lightning-based damage. Hence why I think it is a result of the fact that she is fairly proficient at casting Bolt. I think she has LL, which is lightning, or the light element in this world. So it makes sense that is the case. But do you guys see how much fucking HP these wolfworms have? They are a goddamn nightmare to deal with. That much is for sure. I wish I had break all on Chesney, but unfortunately I do not. Looks like Grunt is just going to be my support right now. He can't do anything because every time he touches them, next thing you know, I've got 3 more of these fucking little balls of fluff fucking with me on the battlefield. And again, I don't consider that a good time. But there we go. That one is done, and hopefully this one will be taken out with relative ease, or at least it should be a bit better. Wait a minute, did Grunt heal himself at all? I guess they go to town on you, but Sorry, Grunt, I don't know why I keep forgetting. Well, it's not that I keep forgetting. I'm just trying to go through the motions, my friend. No disrespect intended. But yes, coming back to what I was saying about the fact that we could kill the kid, and that I think that's kind of cool, and you can tell this game really comes before a time where I think people were super sensitive to things, or at least the mass outcries I don't think really had as much weight in terms of what you got from a game. And god damn it, oh no, let me not fall for it just out of exasperation. If I accidentally had Grunt physically hit that thing and then another one of these got on the field, I was gonna rage a little bit. But it's interesting, anyway, again, to come back to what I was saying, just to see that I was able to kill that young child, and they even had the art for him, not just the sprites, but the actual model in combat. The kid got his ass whooped, and then he was gone. So it's not even just like that you could argue we incapacitated him by like putting him in a chokehold and then laying him down so he could sleep peacefully while we made our escape. No, we fucking killed that kid, which is, it's a little weird that that was in there, but it fits that this child himself is brainwashed by Zagos and more than likely was going to grow up to be a soldier. I think he actually said something even to that effect, that he wanted to be a soldier. Isn't that what he had said? I can't remember every single conversation I had with everyone, but I believe that's what the child alluded to anyhow, and it just kind of blows my mind that he approached us, started some shit. So you don't want to die, kid? Don't fight a bunch of adults who are clearly making their way out of town, killing everyone else who has tried to fuck with them. That's just how it goes. And what the hell? CF. What does CF do? That might have raised their defense against something or some other stat for them. Not sure. I honestly wasn't paying attention. I was too busy talking. What the hell? It's got a question mark on him. Do you see that in the little box with sparkles surrounding it? That's bizarre. I wonder what effect was applied to them. Well, we're not going to sweat the small stuff. We're just going to keep it moving, and woohoo, level for grunts. Not that I care that much because I'm not more than likely going to be keeping you. I'm going to guess that fiery is the one that we're going to be picking up as soon as we return and pick up Medea. And ooh, I get to strike first, and y'all, we're just seeing all these, well, they're not new, but they're at least new to this episode, so that's good. And I like that we're getting the initiative here because that should make some things a little bit easier. And why don't I show you what the high heels look like on the Bronza, just so you can understand what I'm saying, or what I was saying when I was trying to describe it to you and my mind was blown. Yeah, so just kind of like that bright red effect there. She was drop kicking it to the face with some high heels on. That's a bad bitch right there. I can respect wind. I can't believe she does so much damage for not having... Oh, why do I keep using... I don't want to use fire. These guys aren't that weak to it. In fact, I think they kind of like it when I do it to them, and they enjoy disrespecting me when I do like 2-3 damage to their HP. It's not cool. Not cool. But they are going to die because I got the initiative, so LOL, get wrecked, sons. Oh my gosh, my HP is getting a little low, so maybe I need to check myself before I wreck myself. But hey, you guys already know what we can do. Oh, not spell. Let me show you the rain cloak. If I get a chance, we'll just defend and defend. Why not? Chesney, don't kill it. Chesney, don't kill it. Well, rest in peace. Eventually, we got a power boomerang. Too bad I don't need it, but I can at least sell it. But ooh, we're close. But I'm just gonna go ahead and heal everybody up. Just one sip of the high bottle should do the trick. And then, you know what we'll actually do? I won't heal her all the way because I want you guys to see this rain cloak in action. I feel pretty certain that one more confrontation is going to ensue. I guess there's only one way to find out. Maybe we will actually make it, but that little quicksand-ish area. Ooh, here we go. I know, I normally will cut out repeat fights, but this time, darlings, I just want you to see one round so that you can see the rain cloak's effects. Maybe I have shown this to you before, and I don't know why I'm wigging out so much about it because it doesn't really make a humongous difference, but I'm just so ecstatic to have discovered this, / possibly rediscovered it, because it very well could have been something that I interacted with already in the past. But Who really knows? Okay, don't kill everyone, please, game. I really want to show the... Oh, and there we go. So 300. It does look like it acts basically like the mini bottle. And you know what? Whatever. We're already here. I'll just keep you guys along for the ride. We're almost done with this episode. We'll actually part ways outside of the cave just in case some sort of cutscene ends up taking place immediately upon our entering the little hideout there. And yay, levels. So perfect way to go ahead and end things. So thank you very much for watching, friends. Even though Chesney, it looks like he's sitting on top of somebody's head. Whatever, he's the leader. He can do whatever the hell he wants. So anyway, darlings, when we come back together in video number 32, we are going to go back into the Resistance hideout. Hopefully we'll immediately re-recruit Medea, but I wouldn't put it past this game to troll us. And for whatever reason, maybe this place was raided and Medea's not here. Who really knows, but I just know that I am missing her quite a bit, and I'm ready to welcome her back to our team with wide open arms. So thank you very much for watching yet again. My name is Rabbit. This is my blind run through Paladin's quest for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and I'm grateful to have you guys along for the ride. So take care, be good, and I'll see you in just a moment in video number 32.